Hello, this is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show, and if you can't tell I'm wearing a cowboy hat, that means we're showing a cowboy cereal. This is a little different now. This is The Miracle Rider, which stars silent movie star and cowboy Tom Mix in his last major role. The Wild West just got a little more wilder with this one. This is a mixture of cowboy and science fiction, much like the Wild Wild West TV show. The first chapter is a little long and is filled with the historical figures of the Old West. So we'll get right to it, and thanks again for tuning in to Don's Breakfast Cereal Show. We'll be back. Thanks, folks.
We better take the north trail.
Well, that's richer looking country at the south, Boone.
Maybe so, but that land belongs to the Indians. There's plenty of hunting and trapping without bothering them.
Too good to waste on redskins. They've got no more right to it than we have anyway.
You're wrong there. They were on this land first. They've been driven back now till they hate the sight of every white man. And I aim to leave them alone.
And they told us you were the best guide in the country. Afraid, eh?
You know better than that, Hackett. If you take that trail, there'll be more warfare. There's Indians all around.
We're taking the south trail. The sooner we kill off the Indians, the better it'll be for all of us.
My name's Coakley. Call me Davy Crockett. Oh, I heard of you. Say you're a good shot. I'm pretty good myself. I'll shoot you for that skin you got hanging there. I was a gambling man, you'd lose, Coakley. Is there any beaver up ahead? Plenty. That's Indian country. We don't trap on their land.
We don't. Listen, I trap anywhere I please.
Is your hair on pretty tight?
My hair's all right. Let me tell you something. I've been killing Indians for the past 20 years. I can do a little scalping myself.
You'll have to kill a lot more of them if you do any trapping where you're heading.
This is our land. It is the land of our forefathers. We keep it. We've heard all that before. This powwow isn't getting us any place. Let's start trapping. You'll pay for this.
White men come, I shoot.
Wait. It's our friend, Buffalo Bill.
The Ravenhead nation has no friends. White men promise peace, then murder our women. White men take our land. White men come again, I shoot.
No. Watch them. I go counsel with the tribe.
Buffalo. Don't do that. This is the Ravenhead country. I'll get permission from the chief.
Why should we have to ask an Indian every time we want to get some buffalo meat? They're running wild around here.
Yes, but these happen to be on Indian territory. You boys wait here.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to get me a buffalo. There's plenty for everybody.
This is going to mean more trouble with the Indians.
White men forget promise. Kill our buffalo.
I believe, Colonel Beckett.
A message, Colonel, from the squadron.
My compliments to Major Armstrong. He will ride with the right flank. Take up position near that mesa and charge. You understand?
Yes, sir.
This is their last stand. Our troubles will soon be over. Elk, as a soldier, I admire you and your people. No person may be ashamed of fighting for what he thinks is right. Peace has come. Never again will the Ravenhead nation be interfered with by white men. The government of the United States has set aside lands Look, for 20 miles, north and south, east and west, it belongs to your tribe for all time. This land has been given you in the hope that your people will multiply and prosper.
The words of a great brave are short, but they last through all the moons of time. Last Elk and his people depend on the promise of a Colonel Booker. Oh.
Well, this looks like the place they told us about. Yep, this is it. Looks like there's plenty of water and good grazing land. You gotta move. We're staking out a homestead here. Here, Ravenhead country. The Indian thinks he can keep land when the white man wants it.
Don't try to fight them. Father will be coming for me pretty soon, and he'll attend to these outlaws.
You men stake the claim and I'll start pitching camp. We'll show the Indian who owns this land.
Father, these men are trying to stake a homestead here.
You can't stay here, stranger. This is Indian land. We're here, and we ain't moving for no redskin.
It isn't healthy here for reservation jumpers. Now put up your hands.
Hold them up.
Now get to your horses and dig out of here.
Ah, beat it. Texas Ranger, we shouldn't have done this. We better get moving.
Daddy! Daddy!
Be brave, son. Someday, you'll be a Texas Ranger. Won't you?
You know I want to be just like you, Dad.
Good. The Indians need protection. Help them all you can. You'll be glad. I'm glad I helped you.
If your father could see you today, Tom, he'd be proud to know that you successfully carried out his traditions, those of the Texas Ranger. It gives me great pleasure to present you with the same badge your father wore so well. I hereby promote you Ranger Captain.
Thanks, General.
And I'm sure if your Indian friends of the Ravenhead Reservation had anything to say about it, they'd make you governor of the state.
Couldn't you wait until dinner time to get your pie? Give it to me. And never let me catch you stealing your mother's pies again. Vamos. Why, hello, Honest Uncle. I was just passing by and I sort of admired your pie.
Oh, Mr. Tom, I know you like pie. Come in.
Oh, no, I can't, Honest Uncle. I'm busy.
No pie?
Where's Featherfoot?
He go see Indian agent, Mr. Adams.
Oh, Indian agent.
Oh, right here.
Hello, Featherfoot.
Hello.
Charlie Cottonwood, 300.
Check.
John Big Wheel, 500.
Check.
Here is 450 more.
The tribe has collected $28,000. Blackwing, you tell your people they should be proud. In 1 year, by pooling their savings, they are now able to buy enough farm equipment to make them the most prosperous reservation in the country.
I'll start for city as soon as you are ready.
They'll give you the tractors as soon as you deliver the money. Good luck! Tom!
Hi, Adam.
That plan of yours worked out better than we expected. The Indians have raised $28,000. And Featherfoot's on his way now to accept delivery of the tractors.
With all that money?
You don't think that anybody's...
Why, somebody's liable to hold him up. You should have notified me. Who did this?
White men ride away.
Well, I left some pretty plain tracks for us to follow, Tony.
It's too bad they didn't have this in larger bills. It would be easier to count.
Yeah.
Adam.
At the landing, boys. Ha! That's enough of that. Come on. Get up out of there and we'll get that money back to the reservation. Come on, get on out of it. Get out.
And this not first of many times that our white brother Tom Morgan has proved himself friend of Ravenhead Nation, even as his father was our friend before him. Always he has been with us in spirit. Now let our brother drink from sacred cup, that his blood may be one with ours. Rise, O white brother. Let our white brother be known henceforth as Hotan, spirit son of Ravenhead.
Hotan! Hotan! Hotan!
Swift and sure as the feet of your horse, you are Hotan, the miracle rider. Only in honor may you ever be chief of our nation. But let him be as close to your hearts as your own chief, who stands here before you. Blackwing has spoken.
My brothers, when the heart is full, the tongue speaks idle words. All I can say is that we have been always like brothers. We grew up together, and nothing can ever change me.
Why is it that Longboat does not stay with my father to complete the welcome of his white brother to our tribe?
The daughter of Blackwing works her fingers to make welcome for him. Is she no welcome for one of our own people?
Yes, Longboat, for those who don't poke their noses into business that does not concern them.
Tom, a most impressive ceremony, Mr. Morgan. And on behalf of my fellow rangers, I want to congratulate you. Thank you, Mr. Zaroff. You know a good man when you see one, don't you, Blackwing?
Blackwing know all kind of men when he see them.
The whole district is indebted to you for your splendid work among the Indians. And I want you to remember one thing, that
But you're just as welcome at my ranch as you are here.
Has Black-Wing's daughter bring greetings to his white brother?
You mean big brother? We hear him, lady. Since when have I stopped being nasty?
Stand very still and close your eyes.
Hey, that's pretty.
What happened at the reservation?
Plenty. They made Morgan a chief.
That's bad. It'll be much harder to get the Indians off the reservation now.
Any messages?
Not yet, but London flashed a standby signal about 10 minutes ago.
That must be the wireless now. Better than getting oil out of the ground, isn't it, Carlton?
But if anyone ever finds that you're shipping X-94 in those oil trucks...
They won't. I'll be the world's most powerful man. Every government needs X-94 for their army and navy. Kings and queens will be at my feet. And to think, the richest deposit of X-94 is on the Ravenhead reservation. But until we get those Indians out of there, we'll never be able to mine it in large quantities. Has Metzger made any progress?
I think he has something very interesting to show you in the laboratory.
Oh, well.
Zaroff, come here. Look. The next war will be won with bullets like these. There's enough X-94 in one of these to give it the explosive power of a 3-inch shell.
Yes, I know all that, but have you eliminated the smoke?
I'll show you. Come here. The first shot's an ordinary bullet. The second is loaded with X-94. Shoot into the dirt by those old boilers.
Not right yet. Too much smoke.
Longboat on the secret phone.
Yes? Tom Morgan tells Blackwing not to move the tribe.
See here, Longboat. You speak Blackwing's language. Now, you got to make him understand that his reservation is cursed with evil spirits. And his people will suffer from mysterious attacks of the Firebird if they don't leave. You get that?
Huh?
You've got to frighten them off of the reservation.
I don't think that Indian can be trusted.
He's afraid to cross me. I know he's a half-breed. And if that information ever leaks out, he'll never become chief.
Longboat a chief?
Sure. Didn't I promise to make him one? Metzger, if we don't get those Indians off of the reservation...
I understand.
Look! The Firebird has struck! Come! Everybody! The Firebird! The evil one! The evil one!
It worked! Turn it on the haystack!
There's a fire!
Firebird is enemy of Ravenhead's. Did he not destroy the loom of Nampi? Soon he will burn our lodges. The evil spirit is angry. The Ravenheads are cursed. Go from this land to place where breath of Firebird will not follow.
Does the Longboat have heart of coyote?
Can we fight the Firebird, whose flaming tongue strikes us from the sky?
This land ours, given us by great white father. We not move.
Hell! Hell! Haystack burning! Firebird strike!
Our white brother will know what to do.
Good. The Indians are on the verge of open revolt, but Blackwing is stubborn.
You see this model? Metzger has the full-size rocket glider ready in the cave. I control it here by wireless.
I don't understand.
Today, the Indians tasted the tongue of the Firebird. Tonight, they'll feel its claws.
Our gods are angry. The Firebird burns our fields. We must leave this reservation. This land is cursed.
Our chief says no.
You are fools. Go before it is too late.
My people are restless. They are afraid.
There's nothing supernatural about it.
Firebird!
It's not the Firebird. Our white brother will prove it.
What are you doing here, Longboat?
Longboat trails Firebird.
You better come with me.
After the scare the Indians got last night, the reservation would be deserted now. If it wasn't for the influence Morgan has over Blackwing. Now, you've got to get rid of Morgan.
But he's a Texas Ranger. That's risky business.
Well, he's going to take that truckload of X-94 to the city. Now, you transfer to the truck. Take off your disguise, and you're just a relief driver for the Zaroff Oil Company. And no one will ever suspect you.
What do you want us to do?
Stand by Chapman in case anything goes wrong.
Right.
We searched all night. Couldn't find any trace. But I know that that howling bird is a man-made airship.
My people will not believe. Even Longboat, who searched with you, does not believe.
Our gods are angry. The Firebird will strike again.
This is getting serious. Something must be done.
Firebird gives us no peace. He strikes us down in the dark. The tribe should move if they would enjoy peace.
You realize, Longboat, that you're trying to separate your people from the lands of their forefathers?
I only understand that this land is cursed.
Look out, Tom!
Here he comes.
Morgan! Chapman must have lost his nerve.
These X-94 shells ought to stop him. Morgan's horse, headed for Ranger headquarters. He's going for help.
Where's Hatton?
Morgan must have got him.
The brakes are gone.
Wait a minute. You blow the truck to smithereens. What do we care? Zaroff told us to get Morgan, didn't he?
Where's Tom's horse?
Something must have happened.
Where's Tom, Tony? Where is he, boy?
Tom's in trouble.
Wait a minute. You blow the truck to smithereens. What do we care? Zaroff told us to get Morgan, didn't he? That's the end of Morgan.
And the end of one of the boss's oil trucks, too. What does Zaroff care about an oil truck? We finished Morgan, didn't we?
Hey, duck for cover, quick.
Hey, Tom!
Are you all right?
Yes. Someone disguised as an Indian killed Chief Blackwing. Shot him with an arrow. I was hot after him until he transferred to... Blackwing's murderer must be down the road a ways. Provided his pals hasn't picked him up.
What do you mean, pals?
3 fellas riding bay horses. You try and find me. I'm following another clue.
Right.
And if I hadn't jumped Mr. Zaroff, I'd be right where Morgan is now, blown to pieces. Of course, I hated to lose that truck and the load of X-94.
Forget it. With Morgan and Blackwing out of the way, we'll have the Indians off the reservation in no time. And we'll be able to mine X-94 by the train loads. Well done.
Morgan!
blown to pieces, eh?
But I saw the truck explode. He couldn't have lived through it.
Show him in, Carlton. Now, here's the story you're going to tell Morgan.
Oh, hi, Carlton.
Glad to see you, Morgan. Come right in.
You understand? My driver just told me what happened. Pretty expensive business, Morgan, having an oil truck blown up.
Pretty risky, too, Zaroff.
I don't understand.
Maybe the driver here can explain.
All I know, boss, is what I told you. An Indian stuck me up with a gun and told me to keep going. Then Morgan jumped on. And when he and the Indian started fighting and broke the air brakes, I left.
Well, I would have done the same thing myself. Who was this Indian?
Chief Blackwing's murderer.
Chief Blackwing murdered? Why would anyone want to kill him? That's all, Molly. Sit down, Morgan. The Ravenhead Nation has always been so peaceful. It amazes me, an Indian killing his chief.
A white man killed Chief Blackwing. Someone trying to drive the Indians off the reservation.
Well, how could anyone benefit by that?
That's what I'm going to find out.
How about that land owned by Emil Jans over on the other side of the mountain?
I don't understand.
Wouldn't Jans stand to make a fortune if the unrest of the Indians forces the government to acquire it?
Oh, ridiculous. He's a respectable citizen. That's unthinkable.
Well, gentlemen, I was in hopes that I could get some information here, and I see that I was mistaken.
The Indians are very fortunate in having a man like you on the job, Morgan. And if there's anything that I can do to help, don't hesitate to call on me.
I won't.
Wait, you fool. There's plenty of time for that. Would you put him out of the way before he serves our purpose?
Well, what do you mean?
Already he's beginning to suspect Jans of having killed Blackwing. Well, that suits us. But when Ranger Morgan goes the same way Blackwing did, it would suit us better if they suspect...
Jans.
Yeah.
I've got to hand it to you, Zaroff.
Blackwing has gone to the happy hunting ground. Had he heeded the wisdom of Longboat, he would not now be lying slain by the Firebird. He would lead his people out of this land, away from the curse that lies over it. Let Longboat lead his brothers where the Firebird will not follow.
There you are, Adam. These Indians will never give you any peace until they get away from this reservation. They've been coming in and out of my store for 20 years, so I ought to know Indian. I'm sorry about your father, Ruth. If there's anything I can do to,
Thank you, Mr. Jans. Has Tom come back?
You've been brave, my child.
I'm a Ravenhead. I must be as brave as Blackwing, my father, who was struck down by this arrow.
Sit down, Ruth.
My brothers make Longboat their chief. He will lead you away from the curses of the Firebird.
Wait, brother. I'm Morgan. Chief Ranger.
Hello, Tom.
Enough of that kind of talk, Longboat. Brothers, listen to me. For I speak with a bleeding heart. Blackwing was your chief as well as my chief. But I, your white brother, will bring to justice the slayer of our chief.
Already much time has passed.
When? Patient. A day or two.
We wait 2 days.
Thank you, brother.
Ruth has a piece of evidence that might help you, Tom. The arrow that killed her father.
It doesn't belong to this country. No Ravenhead made it.
Why, it's gone. Who's been in here?
Only Emil Jans.
He sells those arrows in his store, doesn't he?
That's where I've seen that kind of an arrow before.
Everything works perfectly now. I'll show you. It's just a matter of interlocking coils. I've already made the same change on the full-size glider in the cave.
Is the radio control apparatus in order?
Perfect. You can control the glider either from here or from your study.
All right, let's try it. Lesky, you're a genius.
Longbow just phoned that Jan's got the arrow, and Morgan is following him into town.
Good. Morgan's playing right into our hands. See that he doesn't get the arrow.
But why? If he finds it on Jan's...
That's just it. We don't want Morgan to convict him. We wanted him to suspect him. And then when we get rid of Morgan, everybody will blame Jan's. Now send Chapman to Jan's store right away.
I'm just as anxious to get that arrow as Zaroff. My fingerprints are on it.
I wanted Blackwing and Tom Morgan out of the way, but not with an arrow from my store.
I don't get you, boss.
Didn't you take this out of stock and kill Blackwing?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, hello, Tom. I want to see Jan. Well, Mr. Jan is pretty busy. Is there anything I can do?
No. Are you looking for me?
Yes, I am. You step in your office, I'll tell you what I want.
I'm pretty busy, Morgan. Perhaps we can talk here.
Well, if you'd rather talk in public, it's all right with me. But what I want to know of you is, why did you take that arrow from the agency office?
What arrow, Morgan? You're mad.
You wouldn't mind humoring me while I search the place, would you?
This is silly, Morgan. I tell you, I know nothing about the missing arrow.
What's wrong, Tony?
Why, it's gone.
Sorry I had to spill you, Tony. It's better than getting shot.
What did you do with that arrow? I don't know anything about it.
What are you running from John's store for?
You'll never find out.
You might as well tell me who you're taking orders from. Better than rotting in jail.
The boss would kill me if I squealed.
Oh, so you are working for the man that's trying to drive the Indians off the reservation. Is it John's? Headed for your hideout.
One false move and you'll never see your pals again.
Couple of more scares with this glider. There won't be any Indians left on the reservation. Don't touch that. You shoot that thing out of here like a rocket.
What do you mean if I just...
Look who's coming. It's Chapman.
And he's bringing in Morgan.
Good work, Chapman.
Yeah, how did you do it?
That's right. Turn him up. Turn around there. Turn around.
So that's the Firebird that's been scaring the Indians.
We've got to notify Zaroff.
Yes? What? Morgan's on the glider? Morgan's on his last ride.
But you're not going to wreck the glider.
Anything to get rid of Morgan.
We've got to notify Zaroff.
Yes?
What? Morgan's on the glider?
Morgan's on his last ride.
But you're not going to wreck the glider.
Anything to get rid of Morgan.
Hello. I crash Morgan. I find the wreckage of the glider and hide it.
But why hide it? No one knows who the glider belongs to.
Right. But Jans is the man that is being suspected of trying to drive the Indians over the reservation.
And if everyone thought that Jans killed Morgan, pretty smart, Zaroff.
With that ranger out of the way, Longboat ought to be able to talk the tribe into moving over the reservation without any trouble.
Good morning, Tony. Now we're going back and take a good look at that thing they call the Firebird. Been scaring the Indians around here. Get!
I've already notified him that it was impossible to mine X-94 in large quantities until we get rid of the Indians.
Wireless his message. We'll be able to ship 200 tons shortly. And 200 tons a week thereafter. Zaroff. Soon they'll say about me, he's the most powerful man in the world.
Get back to the reservation right away. Tell the Indians the Firebird is going to strike again. Tell them anything but scare them off the reservation.
How about Morgan?
Morgan is finished.
Now Longboat will soon be chief.
Never mind. I know Jans is busy, but this time he's going to see me. How are you, Morgan? What can I do for you? Sit down. Jans, cut out the posing. Posing? Just why you're trying to run these Indians off the reservation. Well, but I'm not. What reason could I possibly have?
Well, if you won't tell me, I'll tell you. You own the land on the other side of that mountain, and the government would buy it for a new reservation, wouldn't they?
I suppose they would.
And you would make a fortune.
A considerable amount? Yes.
And that's why you had one of your men killed Blackman.
Look here, Morgan.
And that's why you're scaring these Indians with your glider.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I'll show you. The hour that killed Ravenhead Chief came from this store. And so did this. And while your name doesn't happen to be on the hour, it's on this manufacturer's nameplate.
I sell lots of those coil boxes, Morgan, and lots of arrows. Does that prove I'm a murderer?
I'm not through with you yet, Jans.
Longboat has been telling the Indians that the Firebird is about to strike again. They want to leave the reservation.
Isn't Adams in an agent there?
He can do nothing with them.
Well, I think we can.
How?
Show the Indians the wreckage of the Firebird. Show them it's an airplane.
Where is it?
It's in Brush Canyon. We can drag the wreckage to the reservation, let the Indians see it with their own eyes.
I just overheard him tell it to the Indian girl.
If Morgan showed the Indians that glider, I'd never be able to sell my land to the government. Something could happen to Morgan, and the Firebird would be blamed.
Hello? Yeah, right away.
We've got to cut over the ridge and stop Morgan.
Morgan? Why, he's a ranger.
Ranger or no ranger, boss's orders.
You two wait here.
Hey, make a run for it.
Keep going.
But, Tom, maybe you might...
Never mind. I'll lead him off the trail and meet you at Dry Creek.
Something's happened to Mort.
to the men that were chasing you?
Well, the last time I saw them, they were very much upset. We'd better get what's left of that glider and get back to the reservation. The glider's gone.
Are you sure this is the place?
Absolutely. They must have been awful anxious to get rid of that wreckage. There's a piece of the fabric they overlooked.
Who could have taken the glider away?
The same man that's trying to get the Indians off their land. Ruth, you go back to the reservation and get help. And I'll meet you over at the Indian cave on Dark Mountain. Unless I miss my guess, we'll find the wreckage there.
And the boys found it hanging in a tree.
Well, it's a sure thing that parachute didn't leave the glider without Morgan.
Exactly. And that proves that Morgan is still alive. But the boys could find no trace of him.
Do you know what this means, Gordon? It means that Morgan will go back to the cave and probably find the remains of the glider.
And prove to the Indians that there is no Firebird.
Supposing Morgan never leaves that cave alive. Notify the men immediately to watch for him. And when he arrives, you know what to tell them.
All right, come ahead with it.
Get it clear back out of sight.
What did the boss want?
He wants us to plan a little reception party for Morgan.
Morgan isn't going to be fool enough to come in here.
I think I know a way to get him in. Tell Chapman to watch for Morgan and let us know as soon as he shows up.
That's about 5 of them, Tony. You wait here.
Come right here. Ready?
Explosion. It got him. Oh!
I thought so. I don't know whether a 45 will go through you or not, but you'll make a good shield. Come on, get going.
Must have hit him. He's up to some trick. He's on that ledge. He's on that ledge! Let him have it!
up to some trick.
He's on that ledge. He's on that ledge! Let him have it! That got him! There he is! Don't let him get away!
We better get that ranger before the Indian girl brings help from the reservation.
What is it, Ruth? Where's Tom?
He's gone to Indian Cave in search of the Firebird.
Well, if Tom succeeds in finding it, we can prove that this was merely a trick to frighten the Indians off the reservation.
He sent me back for help. We'll have to hurry.
Where are you going?
To the cave to help my white brother.
Don't you think you'd better take some of the brains with you? It may be dangerous. I'll get them. Tenderfoot, don't hold. Tom Morgan has gone to capture the Firebird. He may be in danger, and he needs the strong arms of his brothers.
We'll have
Firebird, our enemy.
We'll bring back
Get
Firebird.
your horses.
My people go to Indian Cave to help rangers. They leave now. I must go with them.
The Indians are on the way to the cave to help Morgan, but we'll stop them soon enough.
If they discover that the Firebird is a rocket glider, you'll never be able to use it to frighten them again.
I didn't think those Indians would ever dare go near that cave. There's nothing to worry about. By the time they get there, there won't be anything left for them to find.
Yes, I understand. We'll do it, but...
Oh, don't do that.
We've got to get out of here. Boss's orders.
Oh, haven't?
Keep Morgan busy until we get to the horses. Wait. Boys. Quick. Get on your horse. We just sighted a bunch of the Indians headed this way.
Firebird, did you find it?
I haven't had much chance to look around. Been pretty busy. I reckon it's here somewhere. They're knocking it full. The Firebird must be hidden here somewhere. Boys, we'll split up and search every inch of this cave. All right. Look everywhere, but no Firebird.
Maybe Firebird's not dead like you say it is.
My brother, you've got to believe me. The Firebird is dead, and it'll never bother the Ravenheads again.
If the Firebird is dead, where is its body?
I know he killed the Firebird. I know it is here.
White brother dreams dreams.
That's a strange-looking spider web. No spider ever made that web. But see, he always leaves a hole in the center. What's this? There's your spider.
The Firebird!
Well, we shouldn't have any trouble getting Ruth back to the reservation. That's nothing to be afraid of. That's only a siren. I can make the Firebird cry anytime I want to by pressing this button.
It's the Firebird. They must have found it.
Wait till Zaroff hears about this.
You two get back there quick and keep an eye on them. The rest of us had better beat it back to the boss and let him know what's up.
Are you all right, Joe?
That ranger ever gets that glider back to the reservation, it's goodbye to our chances for ever scaring the Indians off. Wait. We can't handle this alone. We'd better let the boss know that they're on the way back with the glider.
You told us to clear out there, didn't you? I thought you were through with that ranger. With 5 of you there to stop him. Someone calling from the cave. Yes, Hatton, what is it? Good. Keep your eye on him, and I'll send men to stop them. Take all the men you need and join Hatton and Chapman. They're trailing Morgan in the wagon.
Yes, sir.
And make sure that glider never reaches the reservation.
Now you got it straight, haven't you? We'll go on ahead and attack the riders. Try to draw them away. Well, you sneak up on the wagon and get that glider. Leave your horses here. We'll surprise them as they come through the pass.
Hey! Take the south road. Join you later. Oh. Take cover, everybody.
You go on the wagon.
I'm not afraid. I'll stay here with you.
You can help more if you can stay with the wagon. Firebird cry. They must be in danger, or they wouldn't sound the alarm. You keep up the fight. I'm going back. Here. You wait here. I gotta go get those horses.
My people have no reason to dread the Firebird any longer.
I'd much rather taking it back to show them it was just a trick and get them off the reservation.
The Ravenheads are a peaceful tribe. Why should anyone want us to abandon the land of our fathers?
That's just what I'm going to find out.
How?
Every move that we've made has been spied upon, even since we've left with the Firebird.
What are you driving at?
Secret communication.
A secret phone?
There must be. We'll get Rogers and Burnett and go back to the Indian cave and make a thorough search.
Did they get the Firebird? Yes, but the ranger got away. Once he convinces those Indians the Firebird is dead, we'll have a hard time getting them off of the reservation. I stand to lose a fortune if I can't fill those orders for X-94. If we're not careful, the ranger will discover we're mining this explosive on Indian land.
But, Chief, this will soon blow over. And we'll give that ranger so much to think about, he'll wish he never poked his nose into this.
Well, I wish I could be sure of that.
I can see the look on Morgan's face right now. When he has to tell those Indians, he hasn't any proof that the Firebird is dead.
Well, I tell you, the Firebird is dead. It can no longer harm your people. You must make them understand that.
Firebird never dies.
Oh, can't you see it was just a trick to scare your people?
Longboat is like the bat that cannot see when everything is clear to others.
Well, if he spreads the report that the Firebird is still alive, the Indians will be in a mood for anything to happen.
Something's going to happen, all right.
What do you mean?
Whoever's responsible for the attacks on the Indians isn't going to wait long until they'll find a new way to strike at them.
Why, it's Jans. I wonder what brings him here.
It's too bad about the trouble the Indians have been having. It makes it harder for me to tell you why I dropped in.
What's on your mind? Don't be afraid to speak in front of them.
I've been receiving a lot of complaints from my eastern buyers about the goods the Indians have been turning out.
I can't believe that.
It's quite possible that the quality of their work has suffered on account of their recent troubles. Of course, it's hard to blame them, but I'll have to
My people have spent months in preparing rugs and pottery and silverware, expecting you to buy them as usual.
There are other ways for them to make a living.
How? What can they do?
They might move to better land and return to farming.
Are you suggesting that the government buy your land for a new reservation?
If you put it that way, yes.
Understand this. That the Indians are not going to move off their land just to make you a lot of money. That is not while I have anything to do with it.
Are you suggesting that I'm behind any of these attacks?
I'm not suggesting anything. As far as the Indian goods are concerned, I'll see that they're sold, even if I have to take them to the city myself.
Okay, Ranger. I wish you luck.
Don't you think you're a little hasty in accusing Jans the way you did?
There's a way of finding out whether I'm hasty or not.
What are you going to do?
We'll let Jan think that we're taking a load of goods to the city in that truck out there.
But his men may attack you.
That's just what I want them to do.
Well, how'd they take it?
That ranger spoiled everything. Said he was going to take the goods to the city.
That would spoil your plans, wouldn't it? I'm taking your car for a while. I've got a couple of deliveries to make.
My men just phoned me. The ranger is starting out with a truckload of Indian goods. Now, if anything should happen to that truck, Jan's is pretty sure to get the blame. Any objection if we borrow your boss's car?
But how will I explain it to Jan?
Oh, don't worry. I'll see that the car gets back to the store. And with the ranger trailing it.
Target over there. Headed around for a quick getaway.
Get going. We'll take care of that truck. Well, what are you waiting for?
Break up all that Indian junk and throw it into the ditch.
This is easier than we thought.
Don't move.
We got you covered.
It's a trick. Get under cover, quick.
Hey, there's Morgan now.
Now's our chance to get him to follow us. Get to the car.
They stopped shooting. That's funny. Jan's car. They've headed towards town. Get the truck. I'll get Tony and try and head them off.
Morgan's taking the shortcut to town. You'll have to step on it if you expect to lead him to Jan's store.
boss said for you to drive in alone. Slow down so we can drop off.
Morgan's falling for the trick. He's right on my trail.
Swell, everything's set upstairs.
Where's Jan?
He drove away about an hour ago.
Maybe you could tell me who just drove up in his car.
Nobody that I know of.
We'll see about that.
There's nobody in there. Why, it's Jan. What happened?
Yes, what did happen? I was sitting at my desk when I heard something. Before I could turn around, I was hit on the head. That's all I remember.
Where was you when this took place?
I was out making a delivery.
Yeah, I sent him out myself.
Pretty smooth. Having yourself tied up so you wouldn't be suspected. It won't work, Sands. And don't think that I'm forgetting the man that I trailed to your store. He's hiding around here somewhere, and when I find him, it'll be just too bad for you.
Hello, back already. This is Don O'Malley with Don's Breakfast Cereal Show, and that was the first couple chapters of The Miracle Rider starring Tom Mix. So I hope you join us next week, and it gets a little bit more wilder in that West. Now this is the West of 1935, so remember that. So here we go. We'll see you next week. Stay safe. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, and if you get a chance, go to YouTube under Donald O'Malley, hit like and subscribe. Thanks again, folks. Good night.
Morning, didn't he?